what is Tadasana say? And that, I think, is an aesthetic question, in part. Or that's a place where you get to say, or you get to go back to whatever whatever style you have invested in, and say, okay, so my experience of Iyengar is that Tadasana is this, like, I'm ready to enter the world. So there's this readiness to it that might be more like fired up and ready to go, and maybe I'm more like this. I personally think Tadasana is approaching a neutral being place rather than a ready-to-do place. So I'm going to look for a place that's not so, am I getting ready to do this, and not so do this. Because I'm interested in all of those. Can you do 10 things at once? Can I balance inner and outer? Can I feel where my spine is and pay attention to the world? Is going to be my choice about Tadasana. So some of it is like, well, I don't know. I'd have to ask so-and-so what they think Tadasana is about. And then what we think that looks like. Because someone might say, well, just being in the world looks like this. And then that's another conversation, right, about what we mean by that. But it's a slippery slope when we take anatomical things and we apply them to choices that have psychological ramifications to them, like what an asana is about, or even what it is to be a mountain. Could mean a lot of different things, right? If you say Tadasana is mountain pose, if that's like, well, so I feel like mountains are thrusting themselves into the sky, and someone else might feel like a mountain is like, we're each going to do that differently. So, and that's a different conversation than where you put your shoulder blades on your rib cage so that you're standing in a neutral posture. So so I can't argue with someone saying Tadasana is about, like, pull your shoulder blades together towards your spine in Tadasana, and I'm like, I don't want to because that doesn't feel like my Tadasana, but it might be someone else's Tadasana and worth a try. Is it what's going to be a kind of balanced postural choice for me? No. So if we're talking about some kind of neutral stance, if Tadasana is about being neutral, anatomically, that's a different conversation. But not everybody thinks Tadasana is about that, right? So, yeah. So the attaching anatomical terms to aesthetic or psychological or psychophysical choices is something I think we slip into all over, but particularly in the yoga world. And it's unfortunate.